Sally, where you going? What you doing? Okie dokie, guys. So, long time no talk. I apologize. But things have been a scotch hectic over here in my neck of the world. This is truck number 5 here, as you can tell, as denoted by the 105 right there. It's a 1996 Freightliner FLD 120. It has a big whopping 500 Detroit up under the hood. It's got a 10-speed, tall 24.5s. These tires were actually, or the wheels rather, were actually yellow whenever I first got the truck home, but we've kind of got them cleaned up now. It's been, excuse me, I just got done eating. Delicious Whataburger for any of you silly people out there who might think that there is a superior chain restaurant burger to Whataburger. Just the silliness of people these days knows no bounds. I mean, like, for real. You know, up is down, left is right, Whataburger's not the best. Like, what are we talking about anymore? Anyways, back to the truck. So, this is it right here, guys. I was driving it myself a while. That is a Super 10 gear shifter there, but it's really just a regular old 10-speed with a Super 10 gear shift knob in it. But, you know, a little bit of chrome. You know, actually really clean for a 96. Chrome buttons all up inside. I've got a driver in this truck right now, so I'm trying not to flash all his stuff just all over the place, but he's actually probably about to quit. Some stuff has kind of changed with his situation, so he needs to be home a little more, I guess, is what he was saying. So I'm probably gonna, I've been in my red truck for a while. I had a driver in it. That guy, anyways, that was kind of a bad deal, but that guy that was in it, he left, and now since this fella here that's driving this one's going to leave, I'm going to get back in this truck myself and put a driver in my red one. So, anyways, we'll walk around here and give you all the old dime tour, you know. 24.5 talls, Bud wheels, because this thing is so freaking ancient. I'm pretty sure Christopher Columbus wrote the owner's manual or something. Anyways, you know, it's actually really clean for what it is, honestly. It does actually pretty good as far as, let me back up here a little bit so I can actually get the whole darn thing in the frame. I'm kind of out of practice on this YouTube and stuff. It actually does really well on fuel. I mean, it'll get pretty near 7 miles a gallon pretty consistently. If the wind's blowing unfavorably, it'll kind of kick it in the teeth, but it does really well on fuel. However, it is not, overall, still is not cheaper than a brand new truck. I bought this truck here as sort of a means to an end because whenever I bought my third one, the bank sent me a letter and said, hey, you're approved for your third truck, but that's it. You know, we're not selling you we're not going to approve you for any more trucks till January of this coming year, which will be like January 2022. So my customers calling me, oh, we need trucks, whatever. So I found this one literally not 4 miles from my house as the crow flies. And it had been sitting in the pasture for, I think, since like 2017. So we got it, put a few new tires on it. The tires that were on it are in decent shape, not very old. I guess he put new tires on it like while it was parked or something, because the timestamps aren't even that old on them, or the year and week stamps. Rebuilt the driveline, put some new brakes on it, you know, handful of things, just little odd and end stuff. This truck pulled a pneumatic tanker, so we had to pull the blower and everything off of it and everything, and to get down on the tear weight to be able to haul, you know, what we haul. But it's got an APU on it that is functional, which that really contributes to the good fuel mileage. It's got dual exhaust in the back, that's kind of an upgrade for a Freightliner. especially these years. You know, they would come with single exhaust on them too to save money. Here's the APU, kind of covered in dust, but you get the idea. The whole bottom mounting stuff is all wallered out, so this is my little kind of jerry-rigged solution to that. I know that's not totally ideal, but it is what it is. I mean, the truck, it left me on the side of the road probably 3 times, but ever since we've got this new driver in it, I think we about got all the kinks worked, or, well, I don't want to talk too loud, but most of the regular stuff, it was mostly just sensors, water sensor, water level sensor, oil pressure sensor, things like that. But it starts and runs and, you know, does its job. So this, I'm probably going to be getting back in this one here pretty quick, because this driver here is going to leave, and I really need somebody to be an over-the-road driver that will allow me to be home more. So, because I need to be home more in order to take care of the administrative stuff and clerical stuff and working on this truck stuff, because this truck is in the shop pretty much every time it comes home, and it's really, you know, raking me over the coals. So I would just as soon drive this one myself, so I'll be home to work on it myself and take care of clerical issues and whatnot until I replace it. So anyway, so that's why I'm going to put a driver in the red truck, and I'll probably just drive this old Freightliner myself. Again, whenever I first got it home, the air conditioner didn't work. It wouldn't hold air pressure. It was pouring water out all over the place. I mean, it had issues, but we kindly got her, you know, getting pretty right. Somebody got a little friendly with the curb right there, or a rock or something. I don't know. Might have been whenever they were parking it across the street there. They got like a little car parking lots. They might have hit one of those little, you know, hootises that you put in the car parking lots to keep from driving over. But anyways, so sorry for the prolonged absence, but man, I keep on saying entirely too close to this doggone truck. Sorry for the prolonged absence and the shakiness of the video, but I'm on my cell phone right now, so my GoPro, my red truck is in the shop getting some preventative maintenance done to it. I just rolled 300,000 miles on that truck, so I had to put a new def doser on it because that's what's due at 300,000. So we just rolled 300,000 here like last week or week before last or something. So I slipped it in the shop while I was going to be home getting cab cards done, and this truck here is about to leave in the morning and going up to the Panhandle and load one and take it to East Texas. So, and I think this driver that is in this truck is getting ready to turn in his 2 weeks notice, and so I will probably be climbing in this bad boy sometime around the middle of August, and I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to replace it. I've partially been considering keeping it for a couple of reasons, not price, not economical reasons, not balance sheet reasons at all, but this truck is before I bought it, was a one owner truck as a 96 FLD, and I'm the second owner of it ever. The guy showed me the title, you know, where he went down to Freightliner in Houston and bought this thing brand spanking new in 1996. So that's kind of neat. That's one of the reasons I'm thinking about keeping it, you know, just because, I mean, clean FLDs like this one, they're not laying around everywhere. Clean one owner FLDs, I've never even heard of one, you know, until now. I mean, I'm not saying there ain't one out there, but he's got another one at his house that's even cleaner than this one that I would really kind of like to get my hands on. But it's got it needs a new engine in it and everything, but it's but you know, I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for these old Freightliners like this, because you know, it's just, you know, I don't know, it's kind of like a little ugly duckling, I guess, you know. I kind of like a cool Freightliner more than I like anything else, because, I mean, let's be honest, Peterbilt makes a good looking truck. It ain't that hard to make a Peterbilt pretty. Bumper, visor, set of stacks, boom, cool truck. It takes some creativity to clean up a Freightliner, you know, peel all that ugly off of it. So, anyways, this is the truck here. We've been running it. I think we got it. It had 490, right at like 488 on the odometer. And I don't know what it's got. Of course, it doesn't have 400,000 miles on it. It's got like a bazillion miles, but the odometer is probably turned over more times than the tires have. So we're at 517 on it right now. So what is that? About 35,000 miles we put on this truck. So, you know, here it is. Pretty neat little old Freightliner. I would show you a little more in depth. Here, let's see if this tachometer will die. There we go. I would show you all a little bit more in depth, but like I said, the driver, I don't want to be rummaging through the truck when a driver's still living in it and stuff. So be blasting his personal stuff all over the internet and whatnot. So anyways, the rubber seal underneath the door right there is kind of poking out. This right here, those aren't scratches. Those are just like watermarks or something. Anyways, the rubber seal underneath the door is kind of falling out, so I've got to kind of poke it back up under there, then close the door. But the doors actually work really good for any of you who are familiar with these trucks. You will know that there are 4 things in life that you can count on: taxes, death, illness, and Freightliner doors not working. So anyways, this is it, guys. Sorry for the absence. I would tell y'all that I'm going to be on here making more videos, but I mean, I really don't think that's going to be really likely, because we're up to 5 trucks now, and the 4th one's an owner operator. This one was kind of a surprise. My customer was like, oh, we got to have more, and so I went and got this one. Anyways, it's just really, really challenging to run 5 and drive 1 full time. So, you know, something's got to give. So pretty much YouTube was, you know, the first thing to catch the axe. So for those of you who have stuck around, thank you. And I'm kind of, you know, I apologize about not getting videos uploaded and stuff, but life's just been kind of hectic these past, you know, several months. And anyways, everything's still kind of, you know, all up and good, and everything's kind of humming along and whatnot. And I'm hoping to continue growing and get more trucks and hire more drivers and all that kind of stuff. Although I will say, it's really challenging to find and hire drivers. I mean, really, it really is. I don't know if it's my area or what, or if I'm just a tough guy to work for or something. I mean, I really don't think it's the second one, but, you know, I mean, it's tough. You know, I posted an ad on Facebook yesterday that I was looking for drivers, and I got two responses, and both of them, they wanted every weekend off. And I was like, you know, our freight does not work with the weekends off deal. You know, need to go pull a flatbed or something if you want weekends off, because they're more of a Monday to Friday, you know, business hours type of thing. And we are 24/7, 365, Christmas, Sundays, all of it. So unfortunately, I can't offer weekends off. I can't offer home every day. And I think that really hurts me, because a lot of these companies that I'm competing with for drivers, they can offer those sorts of things, you know. And from what I'm noticing, a lot of people care a whole lot more about their schedule than they do their paycheck. So be that good, bad, or indifferent, you know, it is what it is. It's something that I have to deal with when trying to find drivers. I mean, you know, if a guy can make a decent living, say making $1,300 a week or so, you know, roughly, and he can get home on the weekends, well, shoot, why does he want to come work for me for, you know, a fair deal more than that, but give up his weekends? I mean, to some people, the weekends are just more important than the money. And, you know, I can't hire those people because, you know, we don't get weekends in our line of work, because cows don't care if it's Saturday. They don't care if the Super Bowl's on. They don't care if it's Christmas. They don't care if your in-laws are in town. They just don't care. They're going to go in the barn and get milked, you know, just like every other day. So that's kind of the blessing about our line of work, but it's all, I mean, the good thing is there's work 7 days a week. The bad thing is there's work 7 days a week. But anyways, not to get on too much of a tangent, but it has been challenging to find and keep drivers. I've had one driver quit on me, kind of, that could be a whole video of itself, kind of what he did. And then this one that's getting ready to quit will be the second one. So if he does quit, so excuse me. So, you know, anyways, for those of you thinking about growing a fleet or whatever, I mean, it's not that easy. Getting the equipment's no problem. Getting the freight is no problem. The problem is you know, getting the people who want to work for you. You know, I feel like I have a pretty good compensation package. I mean, my drivers typically make $1,600, $1,800 a week ish, you know, somewhere around there. I feel like that's pretty good in today's day and age. But you know, with the way things are right now, everybody begging for help and so forth, so on. You know, I see ads all the time. People advertising for company drivers, you know, $100,000, $110,000, $115,000 a year. And I mean, I know they're full of crap. They probably know they're full of crap. I mean, I remember the last time this happened, what was it, in 2016 or so, freight was just going bonkers and everybody was just begging for drivers and so forth, so on. And, you know, people were offering just ridiculous, unheard of pay packages. And it wasn't too long. Freight kind of slumped off, and then, you know, trucking companies were, you know, shutting off entire divisions of their companies, you know. And there was like just I think a handful of the megas that reported a profitable quarter that particular year. I can't remember which year it was, but you know, eventually freight's going to slow back down and things will go back to normal a little bit. But I'm just not going to promise somebody, you know, the moon and the stars and everything and stuff that I can't deliver on to get them to come to work for me. I think that's just unethical and unprofessional, and I just will not do it. I will go broke I'll go broke and watch these things right off on a hook before I make somebody a list of promises I have no intention of keeping. So, anyways, that's the moral of the story. Just been hectic, you know, keeping trucks on the road and, you know, all the stuff that comes with it, payroll and taxes and blah, blah, you know, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's kind of difficult. Not impossible, just challenging. So, anywho, now you're aware what's going on with me. You've seen the old fender flopping Freightliner here, and if you're ever on I-20 and you see this truck buzzing up and down the road with a tanker behind it, it's likely going to be me in the chair, unless this fellow that's driving it decides to stay, which I don't think is very likely, because I have a friend who works for the company that he applied to. He told me where he was going to apply, so I called that company and said, hey, y'all hiring drivers? And he said, yeah, we got a couple of trucks open. And I'm like, okay, well, that tells me what I need to know then, you know, whether or not he's probably going to get the job, which he will. And he's a darn good hand, but you know, things have kind of changed in his situation where he needs to be home every single day now, and unfortunately I just don't have any freight that would get him home every day, so he can no longer work for me, which sucks. But you know, things happen, stuff changes. I am hopeful that he'll get everything straightened back out and be able to come back over here, because he's a really good dude and he takes really good care of this truck. I mean, phenomenal care of this truck. And I really wanted to buy him a brand new one, but he's not gonna stay until next year, so I won't be able to buy him a brand new one. So anyways, blah, 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 blah. Man, boy, I tell you what, don't make a YouTube video for however many months now, and then I get on here and all I can do is ramble, 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 ramble. How about little Sally sitting over there? Sally, come here. You gonna ignore me forever? Sally. I'm gonna come to you then. I'm gonna come to you, little Sally. I'm coming right over there. Sally's been out here on bunny patrol chasing all the bunny rabbits around. Haven't you? Oh, you want me to rub your belly? You want me to rub your belly? Oh, goodness. Her such a good girl. Say hi to everybody, little Sally. Say hi. What you doing? What you hiding from? What you doing, silly goose? Sally is a goofball. That's what she does. What you doing, Sally? Being goofy. Anyways, there was a handful of little bunnies out here. I got bunnies, wild rabbits out here, and she likes to chase them around. She does enjoy that. So, anywho, now y'all know what's going on with me. Sorry, gosh almighty. I intended to keep this thing down to like 5 minutes and only talk about this truck, and then, you know, here we got off on a tangent about how hard it is to hire drivers and how tough everything is and so forth, so on. Poor me, poor pitiful me, blah, blah, blah. And here we are. But I can't look up at the sky and holler out, why me? Because I did it to myself. So, anyways, I was just going to get on here and kind of catch y'all up on where things are. I do have intentions to continue growing, hopefully not with old trucks. Gosh almighty, I didn't want to buy this thing, but oh man, I was really in between a rock and a hard place. Kind of had to do what I had to do. Wasn't happy about it, but you know, things get, I don't know how to describe it. Sometimes you got to choose between a bad and a worse thing, and you don't know which one's the bad one and which one's the worst one until after you made your decision, you know. But I still don't know if it would have been better just to tell my customer, no thank you, and stay with 4 or get this one and continue going. That still hasn't shown itself. So hopefully I made the right decision. But you know, you don't, I mean, if I had just initially bought a brand new one from the get-go, then I would not have any sort of second thoughts about it. But buying this old used one here and everything with a bazillion miles on it and you know, a laundry list of problems, it kind of gives me some thoughts. But anywho, that's what's going on. Hopefully everything will work out with this truck, and hopefully we will continue growing and everything. I'd really like to continue growing. I mean, I think we got a pretty good deal going on. I'd sure like to continue that trend. So that would sure tickle my fancy. But anywho, guys, thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoy this video, and have a good day. We will catch y'all around.